What's going on, everybody? My name is Hayward, and today we're going to be talking about 4 reasons why your metabolism is slow. So, if you found that, when it comes to your weight, you fluctuate weight really easy, you gain weight really easy, and you're having a hard time losing weight as well, even if you know that you're not eating like a crazy ton, then that could be slow metabolism. So we're going to be talking about A to Z, 4 reasons why your metabolism is slow. So the most common types of people and the reasons why. Okay, so jumping straight into it, as always, first of all, if you have any questions as I chat along here, make sure you drop them down below in the comment section. If this is on YouTube, make sure you subscribe as well. So the first type of person who typically has a slow metabolism, what I've seen over the years, is the type of person who eats like 1 or 2 times a day. Okay, this is a huge one. A lot of the people I talk to, when they tell me that they eat 1 or 2 times a day, yet they're not seeing results on the scale, automatically my mind is focused on like, okay, your metabolism's probably crashed down. The reason why is because what happens if you're only eating 1 or 2 times a day, you're probably not getting over 1,400 calories, 1,500 calories a day, right? So let's say if you eat 1 or 2 times a day and you eat anywhere around 800 calories to 1,300 calories, whatever it may be, and you do that for a long time, what happens is that what's going to happen is that eventually your metabolism is going to adapt to that much calories that you're consuming. So you might have already heard this before, called starvation mode. And that's basically what happens, that your body kind of goes into fat storage mode because you're not consuming enough calories, so it thinks that it's kind of starving. So instead, it'll drop your metabolism to match how much you're consuming and then try to store your fat, okay? And this is not good whatsoever. This is why, again, if you try to eat more food, your weight will fluctuate a ton, and it just puts you in a trap, honestly, when it comes to trying to lose weight. So that's one of the type of people, okay? So if you find that that's you, then it could be the metabolism. Number 2 is our lifestyles, okay? So there's a few factors behind this, like number 1, if you don't sleep as good at nighttime, not getting enough sleep at nighttime affects our hormones, okay? It affects multiple things, and it affects your metabolism as well, okay? Like I know your thyroid, for example, like even simple as like not getting enough, like iodine. If you don't get enough iodine in, it can affect your thyroid, and if your thyroid's affected, it can actually slow down your metabolism as well, okay? So there's certain lifestyle factors, so like not sleeping, not moving much if you work a sedentary job. I mean, I sit down most of the day. So if you're not moving much, if your lifestyle is just panned out to where you're not active as much, not sleeping as well, little things like that, then that is going to cause an effect on your metabolism, especially over time, okay? Of course, genetics and whatnot can play a role. Now, the next thing here is that if you've been a lifetime yo-yo dieter, okay? So if over the span of your life you tried multiple times to lose weight and you gain it back a lot and just up and down the scale, what happens there is that if you don't work out and that's going on, eventually you're going to eat up your muscle mass, because when you do these crash diets, you'll drop weight really quickly. Most of the time it's just water weight, and then you start eating at your muscle mass and body fat as you drop these calories so quickly down. And eventually over time, you're going to have less muscle mass, and the less muscle mass you have, your metabolism is so low, okay? The more muscle you have on you, and this is going to lead me into number 4, but the more muscle we have on our bodies, we're literally more of a fat burning machine, okay? So it's so much easier to maintain your weight when you do it properly if you build muscle and drop specifically body fat, rather than following like a diet or just drinking shakes and you lose all your weight, then you get that skinny fat look, and now your metabolism's crashed, and if you eat a little bit extra food, you gain the weight right back because your metabolism is so low, okay? So that's another huge thing too, and that's why people typically gain more weight back when they do yo-yo diet or like crash diets, is because you'll do the crash diet, you lose the weight really quickly, again, lots of water weight, and then you'll drop your weight really quickly, and then eventually though, that metabolism will adapt to it, okay? And now that you're at this low point, now you have less muscle mass and your metabolism is a lot crappier, okay? So when you go back to your old ways, if we go back to our old habits, our old eating ways, then we gain the weight much quicker, okay? And it puts us even in a bigger trap. All right, so that's number 3 there. And the last one here if you're a woman over the age of 40, anybody over the age of 40, but especially a woman over the age of 40, because this is when your hormones and everything really start to change. And as your estrogen levels change, which as women age over time, your estrogen levels will drop down, okay? And typically as your estrogen levels drop down, your hormones going through these changes, so will your metabolism drop down as well naturally, okay? But the biggest reason why so many women who are 40 plus aged and whatnot battle with their weight a lot is simply because there's a lack of exercise going on, okay? That's one of the biggest factors. You know, if you can exercise 3 times per week, okay? Even if you went 2 times per week, it'll help you maintain your muscle mass. But if you exercise 3 times per week and you do it right, you do the 3x3 system that I got set up. If you can do that there, you don't need to spend a crazy amount of time. Like, you know, you can spend 90 minutes a week, okay? 90 minutes a week. And if you just do it right though, what's going to happen is that you're going to preserve your muscle mass, okay? You're going to stay strong, which is amazing for your bones, right? But also it's going to keep your metabolism good, okay? It's going to keep that good. Because if you don't work out, what happens after the age of 40 or so is you start to just lose your muscle mass automatically. Okay, if you don't use it, you'll lose it, and that term really comes into fruition after the age of 40. So it's super, super important that, I mean, even before the age of 40, like studies show that if you work out, so if anybody on here, which probably not, but if anybody on here is a lot younger watching this, is so key to work out when you're younger because it's going to set up a proper heart rate, internal health. It's going to help tremendously as you get older. It's going to help build your bones, everything so much stronger and better. But okay, if you are past the age of 40, it's not too late. You literally just got to start exercising. If you move your body more, focus on resistance training, so strength training, and do the 3x3 method that I mentioned. I'm going to be making an ebook on this method here soon, or some sort of training, something that you guys can have so you can use it yourself. But if you do it right, you don't have to spend a crazy amount of time on it. It'll help boost your metabolism, get you feeling a lot better, and it's going to be a game changer for you, okay? Especially if you're in between that range where like you haven't gone through menopause yet, yet you know it's coming your way and you're already dealing with this, you definitely want to get moving and focus on the strength training. Preserve your muscle mass because that is going to be a game changer for you. I can promise you that, okay? Another thing I want to add on as a bonus here with lifestyle factors is not eating enough protein. If you don't eat enough protein, it's going to eat up you're going to lose your muscle mass. But also protein will typically just keep you full longer, so you eat less food anyways, so that therefore you're more likely to lose weight, and your body has to use up more energy to break it down as well. Okay, it's like it's the one that sits inside you the longest, takes the longest to break down. So getting more protein in as well is going to help tremendously with your overall weight, your metabolism, the whole 9 yards. Okay, and of course losing weight too. Losing weight will help with your metabolism as well, of course, right? So those are the 4 main reasons, though, why your metabolism could be slow, okay? So there's typically 4 types of people. So again, the person who only eats 1 or 2 times a day. The next one is if your lifestyle is just not aligned with the goal you want to accomplish. So if you don't move much, live a sedentary lifestyle, you don't eat as well, not getting enough protein in, iodine for your thyroid, little things like that, that is not, healthy, especially for your hormones, the whole 9 yards. That's going to affect your metabolism overall. The yo-yo dieter who's been yo-yo dieting for years, that will affect most of the time you'll notice in there. And then again, after the age of 40, especially if you're not working out, you'll notice an impact on that too. So that is what I want to go over. It brings a massive awareness to this. I can do another training if you all want. Just let me know below in the comments on how we can reboot that metabolism or anything about the metabolism you want to learn about. It's really what we focus on. I also got an ebook though. If you want to download that, it's completely free. Literally called 3 Steps to Skyrocket Your Metabolism After 40. Anybody can use it though. So if you want that, you can message me, just metabolism. I'll send you over a copy. It's free. But that is the training for today. Okay. So as you can see, y'all, if we really look at, all these 4 types of people, what are the biggest like things that stand out? Number 1, lack of movement, lack of exercise, okay? And tying into number 1 is number 2 is losing muscle mass, not having enough muscle mass. Like literally, like my clients, when they lose their weight, when they do it properly, they have such an easy time keeping it off, because the reason why is because they're boosting metabolism. They're keeping their muscle mass on. They're losing it properly, where they're losing body fat and not overall just weight, ruining their muscle mass. So when they drop their body fat down, it helps tremendously, because then they can eat more food and because they have so much muscle mass, right? So it keeps metabolism very healthy. So the next thing though after that, so muscle mass, strength, things like that. And thirdly is making sure you're eating enough food as well. Okay, that is another huge factor. So if you're going to go on a caloric deficit trying to lose weight, it really depends on how much weight you have to lose, right? If you got to lose, if you want to lose around 10, 15 pounds, aim for about, 0.5 pounds a week, depending on how much you exercise, to maybe 1 pound, but that might be pushing it a little far. If you have about 20 to 30 pounds to lose, you can lose anywhere between easily like 1 to 2.5 pounds per week, around that range. And I would say if you have about up to like, let's say 50 pounds to lose, you can be losing easily like 2 pounds a week or so. And if you got like 80 to 100 plus, you can lose 3-4 pounds plus per week as well. But yeah, so that's the training for today. I was just saying that because I don't want you to go in too big of a deficit when you're losing weight, because again, it'll eat up your muscle mass, ruin your metabolism as well. But that is the training for today, y'all. So if you have any questions further, just shoot me down a message down below. If you want some one-to-one help to making this permanent transformation happen, boost your metabolism so you can easily keep the weight off once it's finally gone, shoot me a message CH for details to see what that would look like. And lastly, start today for better tomorrow, because I promise you, when you make these changes happen, when you just work on yourself in general, work on your personal development, your health, your fitness, your goals, everything, it makes you feel so much better. It makes you feel so much more fulfilled. It makes you feel like you have some sort of purpose. Like, it's so good overall to just work on yourself, work on your goals, work on just getting better, because at the end of the day, if we're not growing, we're done. Okay? And it might seem comfortable not working out and not working on yourself and stuff, because the reason why that happens is that comfort is just normal. Okay, it's comfortable because it's normal. It's what's normal to us, right? So our habits, everything's aligned with that. So when we step outside the comfort zone, we try to make a change. What happens is that our brains are firing off. Oh, this is uncomfortable. This is not normal. This is not safe, because it doesn't know it yet, right? And the only reason why that happens is because it's not normal yet. Okay, it's not your usual normal. For me, for example, like when I started working out, it was very uncomfortable. I did not like it at all. Now, I can't go a couple days without it, because I love it so much that it's not normal for me. I love it so much that it's not normal for me not to do it. Okay, so then it's like uncomfortable. Okay, so it's crazy, but if you stick with it long enough, and if you just focus on getting better and not trying to get there overnight and overwhelming yourself and stressing yourself out about it, like, that's so much more fun of a journey. When you just focus on getting better, and if you focus on your actions and keep yourself accountable, as a side effect, that scale is going to drop. But if you're always stressed out about the scale and wanting the scale to move, that's going to affect your stress levels. That's going to cause you to hold on to belly fat, and that's going to cause you to end up doing things that are not smart to lose weight, like starving yourself and crash dieting and not following your plan and trying 1,000 different things at once, like the shiny object syndrome. You're trying every new diet out there and magical pill, when in reality, you just got to focus on your own skills, your own actions, keeping yourself accountable, get on the right vehicle that's going to get you to your goal and make sure it's sustainable long term. Okay? I promise you, you can do it. If I've done it, if all these other ladies that we've helped done it, all these other people in the world who have lost their weight, made these changes, done it, you 1,000% can too. You're definitely not alone when it comes to this, but start today for a better tomorrow, because I promise you, the payoff is 10x. So I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoy this training. And if you have any questions, let me know.